Look at this, boys. Look at us. What do we got, huh? What do we got? We got Magickin. Hopefully he doesn't attack rogues again. We got Emmonplox, Pelcher, Devilic. His name is Devilic, okay? It's a Russian. I'm from Russia. It's Devilic. We're gonna call him Devilic. And dead. On Alliance, we got Borville. Is that a... Oh! Oh! It's a dwarf! We got Fortin, Levi, Sejuk, and Zui again. Hopefully this duel is going to be a little bit less messy. Alright, boys. We got more subtlety rogues here, yeah? Is Levi subtle? No, he's a sass. Well, I'd love me some subtlety, though. I'd love me some subtlety. And it's going to be Magickin first, as a Death Knight, atoning for his sins. Unholy DK. Already getting a dot onto the Paladin. Borville already getting himself Shield of Vengeance. I think maybe a little bit prematurely. And we do have Magickin just ranging him. Backpedaling. You're just messing with this Paladin. Borville, if he can get a setup going with that Shield of Vengeance to pop, does pop. Magickin took a bit of damage. Going in for some damage. Does have all his ghouls up and running. Borville has some big damage coming up probably, hopefully soon. Actually hasn't even popped a shield or any, popped a wings or anything. There's going to be AMS out of Magickin, trying to get some damage, trying to crack through the shell. There's going to be wings coming out for Borville. Got himself a huge heal just now. Magickin is kind of a bad spot. Did have all his ghouls explode, but didn't do that much damage. Short stun into Borville. Trying to get damage up and running. That's going to be full Hodge. IBF coming out. Still has AMZ, still has Death Pact and everything. And for Borville, that is going to be a eye for an eye. So for Magickin, doesn't want to do any physical damage, but damage from distance is just fine. Trying to get slows onto Borville. Borville got Execute Sentence available, and Magickin is just backpedaling from this guy. What is this backpedaling going on? I actually don't like watching that. It's so weird. But Borville is just still hanging in. No stun available for a while. Does get some AoE. I think his Execute Sentence basically got a little bit maybe wasted. Full stun into Borville. Is not going to be a bubble available. Magickin is still hanging in health. There's going to be not a trinket, but just getting out of the cooldown. There's going to be anti-magic zone, so for Borville, might want to get out of there before all his holy spells to actually make a difference. And Magickin just sitting in there does get a grip onto combatant Borville. Borville is just trying to get around, and Magickin is still continuing just to heal himself. That is, oh, what is this? A blind out of the Paladin. No Hodge or anything. No wonder he's not getting Hodges back to back. Different trinket. That's going to be AMS available. And Borville, hopefully that wasn't a Hodge. That actually might have been a Hodge. So Magickin did actually AMS it before. That is going to be eye for an eye. No, that wasn't a Hodge. It was Execution Sentence. So Borville is getting himself a nice bit of healing while he got it. Eye for an eye is still available. There's going to be Army of the Dead up and running for Magickin yet again at a fairly short cooldown. What's the cooldown thing? Like 4 minutes or something? And they're still tussling in the middle. I'm actually surprised no one is getting close to death for this 1v1 duel. Full stun into Borville. Still has all these cooldowns available. AMS coming. No. Bob coming out. I don't know if that was a good idea since a lot of the magic damage still going through, and Magickin just continuing to chase after the Paladin. Still has all the undeads there. That's Execute Stats available. That shield is going to pop any moment though. Did some damage to Magickin, but Magickin still hanging in. Barely really taking a lot of the damage from Holy. I guess that Holy spell does split amongst all the pets, so he doesn't take a full brunt of it. There's going to be slow for both of the guys coming out. Borville still has a bubble available, but is going to have forbearance for a moment. Magickin is still getting damage into him, and Borville actually has some wings. Is that short wings or full wings? It looks like short wings for a little bit of time. Magickin is still hanging in there. Borville just hasn't done any damage to him, not from what the other paladins we have seen. That's going to be Execution Sentence into AMS, it looks like. That's going to be stunned by Borville onto Borville. Bubble coming out. Is Magickin going to finally go down? Still has Death Pact available. And actually popping Death Pact right now. Try to get away from Borville while the Paladin bubble is still up and running. Grip coming out is going to be eye for an eye. Magickin trying to continue to heal as much as possible. Borville does get himself a Word of Glory. Second charge should be available very soon. And Magickin now finally looks like he might be dead. Execution Sentence is up. Can Borville catch up and get some holy power damage him? Does throw a judgment and finally takes him out. That is the first death available. And that's going to be Devilic coming up next on the Horde side as a Demon Hunter. And there's nothing available for Borville. Unless the only thing he has is healing. Hodge coming out is going to be Trinket out of Devilic. Off the bat, Metamorphosis is available, but not actually doing too much damage to Borville. That's going to be a full stun lock back to back. That's going to be some offensive power and a Shield of Vengeance coming out for Borville. Devilic needs to get away. Actually going to Metamorphosis. I think he's just going to burn through it. He's going to pop maybe a Blur. Does pop a Blur ahead of time. Borville is still holding on to his shield, but the shield pops while he's away from Devilic. Does use that CC in order to keep him at a distance. Devilic closing in. getting a lockout onto Borville. No holy power available. And Devil going in, hanging ahead with an execution sentence. Borville is still hanging in there. Eye for an Eye is available, dropping lower in health, lower and lower, lower. Should be able to get a few casts off. Does get hit with an imprison, and Devil going up in the air, trying to rain down on him, but barely Borville survives. Has Bob coming up very, very soon. We got a few pot shots by Devilic though. And Borville does have wings for a short moment. That's Word of Glory available in everything. Devilic is still hanging in there, barely at 10% health. Borville still somehow was able to survive. Bubble coming up again. That long duel against Magic had actually had him in a good spot. And Borville having to go heal himself back to back. Can you finish off Devilic? No, Devilic is actually coming back with his health very slowly, regenning it. I guess every time he's in Metamorphosis, he does get some damage and leech damage going up. Borville can get a full stun lock onto Devilic, but that's going to be a trinket available. Trying to I-beam him from a distance and still trying to continue to get away. Actually dodge, I think, his Judgment or something. Or a Hammer of Reckoning. And that Templar's Verdict, not Templar's Verdict, Blades of Justice ends it. There's so many big words with Paladin. Pelcher's up next. Getting dots up and running. There's going to be Shielded Vengeance available. Slow coming out onto Pelcher. Trying to switch with Travel Form. Just trying to line Borville while he has it. That's our garbage, boys. Thank you, garbage. I appreciate my. That's 2 big bones. Appreciate you, my guy. Pelcher continues just to keep the distance going. Does get execution sentence on him. Trying to line Borville as best as he can. Hodge coming out. Is he going to trinket it? Nope. There's going to be wings available though. It felt like it was a good idea. Barkskin and Thorns coming out. Going for a full incarnation. Can he end Borville right now? He could, as long as Borville doesn't press Bob, but rather Bubble. Does get a blind onto Pelcher. Keeping Pelcher actually away. Regrowth coming out. Actually was able to interrupt him on one of the regrowths. Continue to do damage. Borville pop Bubble just so he can stay offensive. Pelcher still has incarnation available for a little bit longer. Trying to get the dots up and running. That is going to be Eye for an Eye coming out for Borville. Short wings available yet again. Pelcher's actually finding himself at fairly low health. Execution sentence dropping him down even lower. Judgment or Hammer of Reckoning to follow. And Borville just continues on. The regrowth's coming out for Pelcher yet again. But that Paladin just cannot be broken. Borville is actually able to outlast even up to Pelcher. That's 2 down by this Paladin. Wait. Okay, now we got Immortal coming out. It's going to be Bob coming out off the bat. Doesn't want the dots up and running. Immortal is going to be able to probably bleed him up and run away. Bleed him up and run away yet again, over and over and over. Borville still able to take some damage without Bop. No Bubble, no Bop available. Execute Sense available though. Thorns against Borville's damage. Block still has a trinket available and still taking a bit of damage while in cat form. Slow coming out as soon as he shifts forms. Big bite coming out. It's going to be a Hodge. And Blocks actually might have to play defensive. Borville getting bashed up. Trinket coming out. He still has his Word of Glory. He's going to be able to use it. Getting locked out on Holy. He's going to have enough Holy Power to make it happen. Eye for an Eye could be available. Does get a slow until Blocks again. That spam of Moonfire is going to come out. Borville got himself, I think, short wings. Might be able to get himself a heal. Blocks is not going for a full re-stealth. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance available for Borville. Let's go Bosch again, my man. And Borville is going to go down to Block's Moonfire spam. Up next is going to be somebody on the line. So it's going to be Fortune. At 36% dampening, might be able to take care of it. Yo, okay, we got a hashtag Gorbosh in chat. Show appreciation for the one for Dono, my man. No trinket available for Blocks. Actually going to teach eat a cheat death with all this burst. Does have wall available, dropping very low in health, trying to heal up. Fortune might have the opportunity to score a kill right here. Getting bashed up, trinkets out of it as soon as he can. Continue to put pressure onto Blocks. Blocks getting a short stun and still continuing to run away from Fortune. Can Fortune catch up to him at all? Blocks continuing to run in travel form. He got Zuenpet on one side, could pincer maneuver him. I think Zuenpet is coming around the side. Yeah, it is. Karma coming out, so Blocks cannot do any damage to Fortune. Does drop him into a root and is going to go for regrowths back to back at 40% dampening with Fortune still chasing after him. How much he can do? How much can he really do with this? Blocks, if he finds a restyle, this could actually be his duel right there. And Cap coming out by Fortune right afterwards. Still has cooldowns available. Thorns is coming out, so it's going to slow him down a little bit. But as long as Fortune continues doing damage, he actually turns it around onto him. He actually was able to get a leg sweep, kick up in the air, a dragon strike of sorts. And Dead is up on the prowl afterwards. Fortune popping his big cooldown, stun onto Dead. Dead is not going to trinket. Fortune needs to find a way to play defensively now. He needs to find some heals, but the dots from Dead and being up close, he's not going to be able to do much about it. Does get a disarm, but the grenades are still going to do a lot of work, and that's the last defensive before he goes down. Dead took a one-man out, 45% dampening. Who can take him out? Sajuka's up next. And Sejuk getting hit with a root at first, stunned by the pet. Trinkets out of it. Sejuk is going in for some big damage, and Dead is just going to range him. Second charge coming in for Sejuk. I feel like he's going for full mobile playstyle. Big leap coming out. Second big leap. You see his wings coming up. Look at that whirlwinds, man. The blade storm to follow. Dead is continuing to just pump damage into Sejuk from a distance. Sejuk just continues to take so much DPS. What was that charge? It was like a zigzag. Sejuk out of defensives, and I think he might actually be going down. Dead was able to line him completely. Manning Bennett is coming out next. It's going to be Levi and Zicardi next. Who is it going to be? It's going to be Levi first. Into a Garrote. Traded with a trap. Trinkets out of it into a turtle shell. That was actually so pro by Dead. Throws a trap at Levi. Couldn't get him rooted or anything. I think it was another trap, and that actually was vanaged by Levi to get out of the next trap. Dead is barely on his ropes, and I don't think he has anything left. And does he go down? Yeah, he does. I was actually surprised by Borville. I was surprised just how much damage this guy did. I actually did really well in duels. There was a bit of backpedaling, but hey, didn't do that bad. Didn't do that bad. Oh my god. I'm actually very happy for Fortune, man. Imagine being put in a situation where Plox, master of re-stealths, he can just re-stealth on you over and over and over, bleed you down. And there's dampening 40%. You're like, I gotta end them now. This is my one chance. And you did it. And you pulled it off. I was happy about that. Oh my.